and welcome to our Springbok media conference. We've got Andre Esterhuizen, Dion Davids, and Marvin Ori. Fire away. Can we do Afrikaans toward the end, please, if that's all right with you guys? So just raise your hand so that everybody can get a chance, and then we can fire away. Annemie?
Hi Dion, can you give us an injury update? Is there any new injuries? How's everyone doing?
I think the injury, there's nothing extra confirmed other than last week. At this point in time, we know that Sia's injured and Andre is injured, so the status quo is still exactly the same.
Dion, what about Jaden? Well, I don't think he was, unless I didn't see that session today.
Yeah, Jaden missed the training session today. Unfortunately, he's got a personal issue that he needs to address. But I think in due time, from SA Rugby side, from the camp side, there will be an official statement in terms of that.
Andre, start of the season, and it's quite an ambitious strategy that you guys are employing with different squads, and the players have just grouped together now. Is everyone on the same page? Are you guys clear into what your objectives are? What's it like? What's the communication in the team like?
Yeah, obviously it's open communication throughout between the coaches and the players. We've had a good 3 weeks together. Everyone's on the same page. We know what's the goal and the plan for the next 3 weeks, four games. And everyone looks to be happy. We've got a happy squad at the moment, and like I said, communication is open, so everyone knows where they stand.
As a player in a World Cup year, what do you feel like when the season's beginning? Because obviously what's in front of you is not the end goal, is it?
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, this is also, it's a stepping stone. You need to move in the right direction. You need to get things right now for the end goal. But at the moment, we take it step by step. This is our main goal now, the Rugby Championship, and all our focus is on this. And obviously, you build through the. Everyone's very excited. Excited to play again.
Andre, you remember Eddie Jones well from his days with England. It's his first game in charge of Australia for 17 years. Are you expecting the Aussies to make a statement? What are you expecting from Eddie and his Wallabies?
I think the Aussies always come to South Africa trying to make a statement. So you can always expect a hard match, a good match, especially with them taking the reins again. I think they're going to have a few things up their sleeve, and they are going to come with a lot of motivation, because he knows how to get a team fired up for a game. So yes.
Marvin, the Wallaby pack, what are your thoughts on that? We see they've got a lot of high-profile locks, a lot of leaders in their pack.
Of course. I think like what you mentioned, some really good players. From number 1 to number 8, and they will come out guns blazing. But we've had a good few weeks, mainly focusing on ourselves, and this week, of course, a lot of not focus, but looking at the opposition. So we would have, by the weekend, have studied the strengths and weakness of the opposition, and hopefully we can exploit that Saturday.
Dion, how tricky does a week like this become, where you've got this test match to prepare for, a key one, but also now their players need to depart and also keep their mind on next week's New Zealand test?
I think at this stage, all our focus is on our first test match against Australia. We understand the importance of that. The way you start, we want to have a good start, because that's going to determine, or can be a major factor in determining the outcomes of the championship. And all the players, are focused on that. The players, which train in different groups, but the groups understand that each one of them, or they are important in terms of giving good preparation to get a good outcome on Saturday. We've all are zoomed in terms of of our training session today. We know tomorrow is our, after tomorrow we will have a good indication in terms of where we are with the squad selection, the team selection, and the players that goes abroad. But up till now, it's all gun blazing and ensuring that everyone understand what is needed to be effective on Saturday, and then we prepare accordingly.
Eddie Jones always tended to be a bit of a mixed bag. I think you would have experienced it from his time as England coach. What are you expecting from his forwards in particular? Because we saw that when coaching England was very forwards orientated. And if there's one thing that came out of the Twickenham test was how badly the back forwards hurt England's forwards.
No, I think Eddie is an experienced coach, and I think he understands the importance of set piece dominance in test match rugby, and I think also in terms of, if you look at his recruitment and his approach over the years, I think we can expect nothing less. I think it's going to be a titanic battle in terms of the set pieces, the scrums, the mauls, and also the defence of that, and then also obviously playing in the right areas. It's also key in terms of test match rugby. So having a good kicking game and having awesome defence, I think that is part and parcel. We know that Eddie is having an attack mind approach in terms of that, but I think over the years he has shown that he can find a very good balance between attack and defence and managing what he wants to achieve on the field. And so, yeah, we expect the Australian team to be up for it. I mean, if you look at the pack of forwards or that on its own, there's a good experience between experience and youngsters coming through, uncapped players. So I think they will be excited coming down here, and yeah, I think Eddie will get them up to be very competitive on Saturday.
Dion, this time last year, you guys took a while to get going in the series against Wales. Have you learned something from how you started then, or is this just a different year because it's a World Cup year, just in terms of getting that strong start you've spoken about?
Yeah, it's we've learned. Obviously, you learn out of each lesson in each series. You learn a lot, and you try to apply that, or build on that from one year to the other. Obviously, you can never ask for a good start. Okay, you can always, I think, pitch up with the right mindset and intensity, and hope to do things right from the start. Yeah, but as I said, test match rugby, it's something that you have to build on. You've got to build your innings from the start. It's not going to go all the way from the start, and you've got to learn to adapt. Obviously, this is also going to be tricky for us in the sense that we haven't seen Australia played, so we don't exactly know what they're going to bring. So for us, finding solutions on the run in terms of our execution is going to be very, very important.
John, adding to what Mike asked now, how important will it be for the Boks to start with a good performance in a World Cup year?
No, definitely. I mean, as I said, our focus is from the start that we want to win every game. And so I think it's important for every Springbok and being part of the squad is that you want to win every game, because that obviously it's about being the passion that you have for the team and what we feel for our country. And then the second thing is obviously in a World Cup year you want to build momentum, from game one going into the next game. We've only got 5 games left before we into the World Cup. So every game, every competition that we play is important for us, and it's important for us to take the lessons at heart as quickly as possible, and to ensure that we, from what we want to achieve, that we as quickly as possible move in the right direction.
Marvin, just for you, they've signalled their intent quite clearly with some of the selections. A couple of very heavy bodies there in Will Skelton and Richie Arnold. How's that going to play out in the lineouts? What are you guys expecting?
Yeah, of course, Brendan is going to. It will be a challenge. Like this match will be. Hopefully, the altitude will hit them by the first 15-20 minutes, and it will be easy for us. So, but yeah, of course, we're expecting. We know some of the students. We know Arnold and of course, Skelton. He's done some really good stuff in cup competition. So. Yeah, the set piece, the scrums as well. Like I said earlier, I think the captain is also in the front row. So yeah, we're expecting a competitive set piece, but it's also for us good because we love to compete. So yeah, we're looking forward to that, man.
And just in terms of the responsibility that you guys are splitting the squad, the rest of the guys going overseas, how much more responsibility do you feel that responsibility to make sure that you kick this off on a good note?
Yeah, I think for me, I don't know if it's the same for other players. I assume so. To play for South Africa, I mean, no matter who's the opposition, you always feel that you want to go and make the people proud. There's so many people in our country who support us, and a lot of other players who want to be sitting and being in the position for Springbok. So as a player, you realize that you're one of the lucky few to be involved here, and I mean, like I said again, we want to go and make the people proud by showing what we like the passion and the energy that we play with, you know. So hopefully it's going to be like that from me and my teammates.
Andre, the guys starting in this first match, within the team framework, is there opportunity for individuals to put their hands up?
Yes, I think there's always chance for any individual to put their hand up. Obviously, you've got a goal as a team and you've got a game plan. But a lot of the game plan and plans around the play also revolves around the individual. You need to make something happen for the next person to play off you. So I think there's always, or we know there's always chance for any individual to put their hand up and yeah, to play their best rugby.
Are you looking forward to it this week?
It is going to be a big, good week, yes. We're all looking forward to this. I mean, everyone's excited that international rugby is starting again. Everyone wants to go out there and play. Yeah, so all the boys are excited and can't wait to get on the pitch.
I mean, Andre, you've been described as an agent of chaos for the Harlequins, and in a good way, that is. How do you want to implement that chaotic agentness of yours from a Bok perspective?
Yeah, obviously, you like I just said, you want to go out every game and express yourself, every skill set and attribute you have. So for me to go out and play the best rugby I can is being abrasive, getting the team over the gain line, being solid in defence, and obviously distribution as well, bringing away the guys that we know has a lot of speed and skill on the edges.
Australia have been a team that has centered a lot of its midfield play around Asa Karevi, and once he got injured, it became very clear that they missed him significantly, and I'm not sure what is his time frame from a recovery perspective. But what kind of a different midfield threat that they pose now, regardless of who they play this weekend?
I mean, they've got quite a few exciting players, especially in the midfield at the moment. I mean, they brought in that Breezy that came from Rugby League, now in Rugby Union. Very good abrasive player. He's got a great skill set. And yeah, like a player like Simon Karevi, we don't know who's going to pitch up this weekend, who's going to play, but they've got a strong midfield, whoever they pick. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be a good matchup, whoever they put up.
And how important does your key game become? It's also one of the key components that Harlequins have used significantly over the past 3 seasons.
My kicking game? Yeah, where I can use my kicking game, I will. Depends on how the game plays out. It might be a running game, it might be a kicking game. We don't know what they're going to bring. We haven't seen them play under Eddie yet. So it's like Dion said, it's how we adapt in the game and how it pans out.
No other English questions? Afrikaans anyone?
Andre, hoe belangrijk is het voor jou geweest vir die ontwikkeling vir jou loopbaan in Engeland gaan speel?
Ja, ek het nie gedink dit gaan so belangrik wees nie. Toe ek aangekom het, dinge het eers bietjie snaaks gelyk, maar vir my om saam met 'n ander tipe span te gaan speel, ander tipe spelers, en die span wat, ek meen ons val heel gaan, so ons speel net aanvallende rugby. Dit het net 'n hele ander deel van my spel ontwikkel. Vir my as persoon speel ek 'n ander tipe rugby ook. Ek dink bietjie anders oor die game ook. So ja, dit het my spel ongelooflik baie ontwikkel en was op die einde baie belangrik vir my.
Jy het in 2019 net uitgemis in die wêreldbeker die groep ondergiet. Is dit persoonlik hierdie jaar vir jou motiverend?
Ja, ek het net uitgemis 2019 en enige speler wil vir sy land verteenwoordig by 'n World Cup. So vir enigiemand is dit motiverend. Vir my is dit baie groot motivering om natuurlik in die span te kom en myself te bewys. Maar soos ek sê, soos elke jaar is belangrik. Maar ek sal wanneer jy span om op te aantrek nie, is altyd die eer en voorreg. Jy kry dit nie altyd, jy kan dit nie altyd doen nie, so wanneer ook al jy kans kry, moet jy dit gebruik.
Dion, dit sluit eintlik net soort van aan by die makro slotte, jy weet wat in die Aussie groep is en dinge. Baie mense glo nog steeds die Wallabies het so 'n bietjie van 'n soft underbelly, jy weet, as dit kom by forwards, jy weet nie, maar as jy dan soos kyk dat hierdie twee, byvoorbeeld net hierdie twee makro slotte, jy weet, deel van die mix is, jy weet net wys vir jou net eintlik dat dit 'n grootste miskonsepsie eintlik is om te dink dit gaan dalk hulle soft underbelly nog steeds wees in hierdie wedstryd.
Nee, ek dink jy is absoluut reg. Ek dink as jy kyk na die vertoning van Skelton en Richie Arnold in die klubkompetisie te Loos, ek dink hulle fisiese geaardheid het baie beteken in terme van vir die span en dit natuurlik ook bygedra dat hulle in die eindronde sou kom. Ek dink ook oor as jy terugdink na verlede jaar, ek dink Australië se pak is baie fisies onder hulle losvoorspelers, hulle baie goeie fisiese spelers, soos jy sê die slotte, en dan ook natuurlik het hulle baie ondervinding in die voorry met alle Toa en Slipper, hulle kaptein. So nee, ek dink Australië is 'n baie fisiese span en hulle maak dit vir baie moeilik voor en dit gaan belangrik vir ons wees om ons moet fokus op ons uitvoering, maar dit gaan ook belangrik wees vir ons as Suid-Afrikaners om daai fisiese ingesteldheid tentoon te stel Saterdag en om effektief te wees.
Julle het verlede jaar in Sydney het julle die Wallabies fisiek van die veld af gespeel. Is die uitdaging om dit te herhaal en is dit tot 'n mate die maatstaf wat julle Saterdag nastreef?
Ek dink die Suid-Afrikaanse ons span, ek dink as jy kyk na die samestelling van die span en dan ook in die manier hoe ons wedstryde benader aloor in die verlede, was dit nog altyd 'n belangrike komponent van Suid-Afrikaanse rugby. En ek dink dit is iets wat nie sal weggaan uit ons spel nie. Natuurlik wil ons nie net fisies wees nie, maar ons wil ook ons vaardighede tentoonstel en ook strategies probeer om die opponente uit te oorlê. En ek dink as jy daai balans en kombinasie kry in enige toetswedstryd, dan behoort jy op 'n goeie plek te wees.
Marvin, ek weet nie of dit 'n goeie of 'n slegte ding is nie, maar sien jy uit daarna van die vooruitsig weet dat jy 'n man mountain van 150 kg omtrent probeer maak?
Ja, natuurlik 'n mens moet die oppositie ken en soos wat ons na die altyd sê, ons weet nie net hy nie. Ons weet ook hoe gaan speel, ons weet hoe gaan die span lyk, maar ons moet al die spelers in die Australië se force ons moet hulle erken in terme van ons analyses doen, analysewerk en planne in plek stel en goed, ja, maar gaan ons op ons rug val oor een speler 100% nie. Ons moet al die spelers in die oppositie respekteer deur hulle analise te doen en planne in plek te stel, so ja.
Australië kom hiernatoe ook om geskiedenis te maak. Hulle het in baie jare nie op beloftes gewen nie. En dis 'n rekord wat julle seker sal in plek hou. Is dit ekstra druk op julle?
Nee, wat ek dink nie, ons is 'n span wat ons baie steur aan geskiedenis nie. Ja, dit is belangrik om aan te presteer en jou beste te doen, maar ek dink ons onsself in 'n moeilike posisie plaas as ons 'n rekord wil verdedig. Ek dink die fokus moet wees op ons eie vertoning en ons die verstaande dat ons 'n seisoen begin en dat ons elke toets wat ons speel is 'n bousteen vir die volgende een. So ek dink dit is waar ons fokus is. So ons sal uitgaan om ons beste te doen en natuurlik om te probeer om die wedstryd te wen.
I'm going to ask in English, but you can reply in Afrikaans. How is the mood in the squad ahead of the first match? And then when is the second squad leaving for New Zealand? And what do they expect from Eddie Jones in Australia?
Ek dink die gevoel in die span is baie goed. Ek dink ons het 'n uitstekende paar weke agter die rug in terme van ons voorbereiding. Ek dink al die spelers is opgewonde om weer te begin om internasionale rugby te speel. Ons sien uit daarna om goed te doen in die rugby kampioenskap en natuurlik dit as 'n bepaalde grondslag te sien in ons opbou na die wêreldbeker. Ek dink elke speler wil goed doen. Elke speler poog daarna om natuurlik die uitsoekgroep te haal. En ek dink dit sal as ekstra motivering dien vir ons wanneer ons in hierdie wedstryde ingaan. Ja, ons is nie 100% seker wat om te verwag van die nuwe Australiese span onder die nuwe afrigting nie. Maar ons weet dat Eddie is 'n uitgeslaapte afrigter met baie ervaring. En hy sal met sy kennis van Australiese rugby dink ek sal hy dit reg kry om die beste uit die spelers uit te haal. Ek dink die groep wat hy saamgestel het is 'n interessante groep met jeug en ervaring en natuurlik dink ek hulle sal baie goeie teenstand vir ons bied in die wedstryde wat voor lê.
Happy guys? Awesome. Thank you very much.